Hello, I'm Carter Harraid. My group member Brian Lang is currently videoing, and we're with the Human Resources class 3320 at the University of Texas at Tyler. And according to our textbook, the purpose of a job analysis is to allow one to be able to specify the work to be done and the personal characteristics that are required to do the work. Now, there are 5 types of job analysis methods: job performance, observations, interviews, questionnaires, and critical incidents. We chose to go with a job analysis interview for this portion of the project. One pro to the interview process is that you can stumble upon inordinary types of information provided by the interviewee. One of the cons is that the information can be distorted in its transportation from the interviewee to the interviewer during transcription, and so that causes the information to be inaccurate. So for that reason, one should not do just one type of job analysis method. There should be multiple. In the attached Word document, we have a comprehensive task checklist questionnaire and an alternate interview transcription. In the following video, we conduct a job analysis interview with Lieutenant Seal of the University of Texas at Tyler Police Force. I'm Carter Harraid. My partner Brian Lang is currently videoing, and I'm here conducting a job analysis interview with Lieutenant Seal. Our job of interest was police officer, and the summary for that position focuses on protecting people and property. They patrol areas they are assigned, respond to distress calls, enforce laws, make arrests, issue citations, and occasionally testify in court. So I'm going to start by asking Lieutenant Seal just a couple of standard questions. First, describe a typical week of work for you. What exactly weekly activities?
Typical work week for police officers on patrol is they'll come in, go on duty. They'll check any shift briefing, shift notes that they need to check, go through the pass down log, see if there's any information there. Once they do that, check their emails, see if there's been any new information sent out since their last login. From there, they go out on patrol. Here on campus, they'll patrol through the buildings, physical buildings themselves, as well as the grounds. On campus, we do typically anything that a normal police officer does. We do traffic stops, we answer calls for service, whether that be theft calls, burglary calls, anything a typical police officer does, we do here on campus as well, a little bit more because we are a campus law enforcement agency. We've got the non-traditional stuff that we handle, the vehicle assist, the unlock requests, the, special patrols through the building, those type of things.
Okay. So what inspired you to pursue a career in law enforcement, and what kind of educational or academic background did you have?
Originally, I was going to be a game warden. At the time, that's what I wanted to do. So obviously, I wanted to go in law enforcement early on. What reason I want to become in law enforcement is because be able to help people, be able to try to make a difference. Typically, law enforcement officers see people at their worst. So just trying to help them through those trying times or whatever is kind of what motivated me to become a law enforcement officer.
Okay. And the second part of that question was the educational background. What kind of certificates or anything did you have to?
I've got a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from here at UT. I just recently started my master's degree, oddly enough, human resource development. Okay. I currently hold an advanced peace officer license, and then I just recently graduated from the Leadership Command College.
Oh. So what are some of your professional goals for the future?
As far as my professional goals, I want to continue my education. I'm going to finish up my master's degree in human resource development, possibly get an MBA or a Master of Public Administration. We'll see how that goes. Also, eventually, if time will allow, go to the FBI National Academy or the Southern Police Institute's Academy. That's equivalent to FBI NA. There's also some other leadership development courses that I want to attend. As far as for people below me and overall, I've got people below me that are going to take my place one day. I have to be able to train them and develop them to take my spot towards a smooth, seamless transition. If I don't, then there's going to be a void that they're going to have to fill, a learning curve they're going to have to get rather quickly, rather than if I go ahead and develop them now and get them the skills that they need to do my job when they get up to where I need, it's going to be a seamless transition at that point.
Okay. So what are some of the tools of the trade that you use most often? What are some of your favorite gadgets?
as non-exciting as it sounds, pen and paper.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, we need pen and paper to take notes. We need pen and paper to write citations. We need pen and paper to write down people's contact information. You know, everybody sees all this stuff we've got on our Batman belt, and it's cool and all, but reality of it, pen and paper. It's not pen and paper. You know, there's a lot of apps out there that you can use. So I mean, it's the same principle. You're just putting information down to save later to send to, you know, that uploads to a report exec, you know, a report management system. Ours happens to be a report exec. You know, they've got a mobile app now that we can plug all the information into, you know, automatically uploads to the server when we're done. So I mean, you know, pen and paper, maybe the old way of doing things, and then now we're moving to, you know, more of an app electronic style. That's kind of what I see.
So how can the reality of a law enforcement career differ from the typical public expectations of what y'all do?
A lot of times people think that it's all running and gunning and we're out chasing bad guys and jumping over fences and things like that, but when they actually get into the profession, they realize how much paperwork we've got. When you make an arrest and you take somebody down to the jail, you're going to go down there, you're going to book them in, you've got to fill out paperwork to book them in, you've got to fill out a questionnaire. That's just to book them in. And then once you get them booked in, turn them over to jail staff, you've got to do your booking sheet, all of your affidavits, whether it be your probable cause affidavit or whether it's a DWI arrest, and you've got those forms associated with it. And you come back and you do your report, and you come back and make sure all your documentation's there, your witness statements are there. You know, there's a lot of paperwork that goes into doing this job that a lot of people don't see. Yeah. And I guess a lot of the, you know, you see it all the time, these reality-based trainings that a lot of agencies do with people. You know, they have an idea of what this job is like when they go up and make citizens contact. But then when they do the reality-based training, it gets them thinking a little bit, oh, wait a minute, maybe my perception's not exactly what I thought it was.
Well, that's all for the question portion of the interview. So,
all right, appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Let me get y'all business cards.
Okay.